Sue Bird, a four-time WNBA champion and vocal advocate for equality, recently addressed what she views as a long-standing issue of racism within the WNBA. Bird's comments came during a conversation with Megan Rapinoe on their joint podcast A Touch More, where they discussed the racial dynamics at play in the league and how they are affecting current WNBA star Caitlin Clark. Bird emphasized that racism has been present in the WNBA for years, well before Clark, the former Iowa Hawkeye standout, entered the league. She believes that the issues now receiving attention, concerning the treatment of white players like Clark and their relationships with black players, are not new, but rather a continuation of underlying racial tensions that have existed in the WNBA for some time.
Racism has been impacting the WNBA well before this year, Bird said at the 30-30 mark of the podcast. This is not a new thing. In that way, I think Caitlin is being used as a pawn. Caitlin didn't bring racism to the WNBA. This has been happening. And that, I think, has been a shock for all of us. That other people are surprised by this. We've been trying to tell you. Bird voiced her frustration over how the conversation around the WNBA has shifted. Instead of focusing on the skill and excitement of the basketball being played, much of the discourse has centered on Clark's presence and the dynamics between her and black players in the league. Bird made it clear that there has never been a point where players have intentionally targeted Clark out of jealousy or malice. Rather, she believes Clark is caught in a media-driven narrative that overlooks the broader, deeper issues the league has faced. This issue came to a head during a recent incident involving Caitlin Clark and Connecticut Sun guard Dejounte Carrington. During a playoff game, Carrington made a play on Clark that resulted in Clark getting a black eye. A USA Today reporter, Christine Brennan, questioned Carrington after the game, asking if there was any intent behind the play. Brennan's question insinuated that the move might have been deliberate, fueling a narrative that black players might be jealous of the attention Clark receives.
Carrington, however, denied any such intentions, explaining that she didn't even realize she had hit Clark in the eye. "I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me," Carrington said in response to the question. "I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball and I guess I followed through and I hit her, so obviously it's never intentional. That's not even the type of player I am." Brennan pushed further, asking Carrington if she and Marina Mabrey, another player on the Sun, were seen laughing during the game after the incident. Carrington was quick to shut down that line of questioning. "I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened," she responded. The incident and Brennan's questioning drew widespread backlash, particularly from the WNBA Players Association. Terry Jackson, the executive director of the association, condemned Brennan's approach in a statement, accusing her of attempting to bait a professional athlete into participating in a narrative that is false and designed to fuel racist, homophobic, and misogynistic vitriol on social media. Jackson didn't mince words, asserting that Brennan had abused your credentials and do not deserve the credentials issued to you. The WNBA Players Association made it clear that they stood by Carrington and called for media accountability in how these stories are framed. In response, USA Today issued a statement defending Brennan, stating that the reporter was merely seeking the player's perspective and was not intending to provoke any racial controversy. The incident has brought the broader issue of how race is discussed in the WNBA into the spotlight. Bird's comments, in particular, underscore the need for deeper conversations about racism in the league, while also advocating for the focus to remain on the athletes' performances on the court, rather than sensationalized storylines. As tensions around race in professional sports continue to be a topic of discussion, Bird's words serve as a reminder that this is not a new issue, and more must be done to address it.